All right, page 2 of the Book of Wisdom. And what we have is a breakdown of the Christ oil, the Christos oil, and the Claustrum, and how it goes from the Kundalini, which is the root chakra, your sexual energy, and back up to heaven, which is the crown chakra. All right, so if you see the Pingala and the Ida, the Ida is Mary, and then Mary is symbolic for female. Pingala is male, and it's symbolic for Joseph. And then you see this right here, how the male and female intertwine, right? Also symbolic for 33 vertebrae in our spine. And you got another image, and then you got the medical sign, and it shows 2 snakes intertwined going all the way up. And this is where we fly, right? And that's the all-seeing eye. That's the pineal gland. Here's a breakdown right here. Jesus, the oil, the Christos, is in Nazareth, right? Come over here. Oil. So we got Nazareth, you got Jerusalem, you got Bethlehem, and then you have the Jordan River, which is symbolic for the spinal cord. So the story is going to be told over here, right? Here's your 33 vertebrae. There's heaven, the crown. There's the root chakra. That's the sacrum, the cave where Jesus was dead for 3 days. This is where they got the story of Jesus from, basically. It's all metaphorical and allegorical. The cerebral spinal system is an extension of the brain. The Dead Sea sacrum bone is where Jesus resided for 2 to 3 days, also known as a solstice holiday. Now, Jesus, the oil, is in Nazareth, the head, with Jesus and Mary, the pineal and the pituitary gland, and King Herod wants to kill him. Jesus, the oil, goes down the river Jordan. So this river Jordan goes down. So it goes down the spine to Bethlehem, next to the Dead Sea. That's where King Herod wants to kill him. So it goes down the spine to Bethlehem, where the Dead Sea is. There's the Dead Sea. It's at the sacrum. Now, Mary and Joseph are waiting for Jesus. So the pineal gland, the pituitary gland are waiting for Jesus, the oil, for the Claustrum oil, to return back up the chimney, right? So that it can activate other parts of the brain, to activate the pineal gland, to activate the crown chakra. The process of the oil coming down from the head symbolizes Jesus coming down from heaven into physical form, or also Santa Claus coming down the chimney. Jesus dying for 3 days in the sacrum, and then being resurrected or raptured to be crucified at 33 is a metaphorical story about the Christ oil process within the body, which activates 100% of the brain. The story of Jesus is metaphorical, allegorical, for the journey of the sacred oil, which is Jesus, the Claustrum oil, the Kundalini energy, the brain produces. The oil coming down from the chimney, or down from the brain, down from heaven, is God descending from heaven to earth. This is what they also call Anunnaki. Anu is heaven, is the sky, and then Ki is the earth, or the heel. Jesus dying for 3 days in the cave is symbolic of the sacred fluid staying in the sacrum bone at the base of the spine, the cave where Jesus was staying at for 3 days, also known as the solstice holiday, for some time. Then, once the oil is resurrected or raptured, meaning activating the Kundalini to raise, Kundalini is what? The sexual energy, to raise the oil back up the chimney or the spine, 33 vertebrae. It travels past all 3 vertebrae on the back of the spine and crosses the vagus nerve. The sacred oil crossing the vagus nerve is being crucified at 33 years of age because there are 33 vertebrae on the back of the spine. The death of Jesus symbolizes being born again and turning spirit, matter, back into spirit. So it's spirit first. It starts in heaven, comes down, right? Which is signifying matter. So I've talked about this before. Copy of a copy of a copy. This story is a copy of our anatomy, our brain, to our sacrum. Also, if you look at the 3D realm, is a copy of this story as well. Jesus is a copy. His story is a copy of how our Claustrum works, our Kundalini works, as well as how Earth, how this 3D realm is also created from the same stories. As a copy of a copy of a copy. It's 3 different stories, 3 different ways to see things, right? Here's one way. Here's another way. If you go Anunnaki, it's another way from heaven to earth. You got your crown chakra to your heel. Merry freaking Christmas. And a happy new year is coming to us. This is a year that we get a chance to give and to receive. It's a very awesome year. It's not selfish because we're giving. And it's loving because we're receiving something back in return. It's a very good time of the year. It's the best time for family, and it still needs to be celebrated because it brings families together, it unites families, and it's symbolic for unity. Peace, love, and unity.